everyone, it's Cinema Lovers Incorporated back at you again with a brand new video. Today we are talking about Harry Potter. Now I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, and it may be stupid what I'm trying to say to you guys, but I don't like David Yates. I'm sorry, I don't like his directing. I feel like the Harry Potter films after the fourth really went downhill in my opinion. I feel like David Yates, there's too much style and not enough substance. In the first maybe 3 Harry Potter films and the fourth, it felt like they knew when to control the magic. We never really had magic just jumping around everywhere. Woo, woo, woo. We had it in scenes that were supposed to be exciting, supposed to be, you know, magical. And it still felt like we were in some sort of reality in the first 4 films. Now, I'm not telling you guys that the first 4 films don't have magic. They do. There's tons of magic, and that's what Harry Potter's about. It's a magical franchise. But they also blended in practical effects, and they knew when to throw in the magic scenes. For example, in the fourth one, they normally only had magical moments for, magic everywhere for the tasks. And other scenes, they really didn't have a lot of it. Or did they? Not really. A couple scenes, like Goblet of Fire and stuff like that. But the school still felt like it was in reality. When David Yates came along, Harry Potter got this really CGI look to it. Nothing looked natural anymore. Everything looked like it belonged in a CGI-infested world. And it felt like David Yates cared more about the magic in the world than the characters. So when Order of the Phoenix came out, you could really tell that David Yates was pushing for this magical world. He wanted people to feel like they were in the world, but he kind of forgot about the story and the characters. Everything feels so choppy. For example, I was always confused with when Harry was, mind controlled by Snape. I was wondering when that Christmas scene was going on. Now, I haven't seen Order of the Phoenix in a long time, so maybe my viewing experience will change the next time I see it. But there's so much magic crammed everywhere. There's so much style. Ooh, magic everywhere. It just takes you out of the experience. There's really no more practical effects in Order of the Phoenix. My apologies. Everything just looks so crisp and clean and bright. I just really don't like that style. It really doesn't have that warmth that the older films have. And David Yates, he's a talented guy. And he does good things, but I feel like for Harry Potter, it's not my cup of tea. The 5th, 6th, those are probably the worst Harry Potter movies in the franchise. 7 and 8 are decent. I think 8 is probably the best David Yates film he's done, even though it's just all over the place. But the thing that finished it off, the thing that was really just the pivotal moment that ruined and the franchise and made me hate David Yates was the release of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This release really just finished off my love for Harry Potter. David Yates, when this film came out, I had a hatred for David Yates. There's so much magic crammed in this film. There's fantastic creatures everywhere. You see things going on that you don't even know what's going on. And it's just a CGI fest. And it really overpowers the characters. It really just flushes the characters down the drain. And I really had a bad time watching Fantastic Beasts. My family, they barely ever do this, but they nearly got up and they almost walked out of the theater because they thought the film was so boring. It had really no plot to it sometimes. You just saw this character, Newt, just trying to collect these animals in like half of the film, and then all of a sudden near the end you get introduced to this villain, and fans of casual moviegoers who go into this movie and watch it, they're left confused, and I was even confused. I was really confused what was going on. And the new Fantastic Beasts movie It looks the same. It has the same problem with all this CGI everywhere, and it looks beautiful in the trailers. But when you're watching a film, you know, sometimes you want to just have character moments, have good characters, have good development, and that's what I felt like they did good in the original films, because you had so many practical effects, and you know, they had a lot of CGI. They had a lot of CGI, but it felt like they used it properly. You know, in the parts when they're in school and stuff, there's not a lot of it. In classes, there's CGI, but not really when they're walking around and stuff. I think I'm just an idiot. I'm just trying to tell you guys that it looked better in the original films. It was controlled better in the original films. Nowadays, it overpowers the film. It overlaps the film, and you just don't enjoy it as much because there's so much stuff going on. And I think that's the problem with David Yates directing. He cares more about ooh, oh my gosh, we're in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Oh God, my mind is just about to blow up because I've heard it so many times at Universal Orlando. Them talking about, oh, the magic you're gonna get to experience the world. And that's kind of the problem, because David Yates, he wants us to experience the world and not experience the characters. And I think that is one of the big problems. In Fantastic Beasts, you have all these creatures everywhere, and you have this magic everywhere. I mean, it's like almost in the entire film. And it's just, it doesn't work. And plus the writing and the directing for these films, when David Yates is directing these films. For example, Half-Blood Prince, you have the comedy, you have romance, and then you have drama all thrown in together, and it doesn't work. It just feels like a big, cluttered mess, and it worked better in the fourth film because the fourth film had that look that the first two films had. It still had that fun charm to it. But in Harry Potter 6, it had this like really depressing gray look to it. It just didn't come off right. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't like the David Yates Harry Potter films. What do you think of the David Yates Harry Potter films? My favorite Harry Potter film is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, because it's a dark, gritty, gothic film, and I love stuff like that. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Comment down below, subscribe, whatever the heck you want to do, and goodbye. Bye, everyone.